Hello, good afternoon and welcome. My name is Jorge Estrada. It's a pleasure to be with you here again today. Speaking to you today on the subject of developing consciousness in your dairy business. What is consciousness, you might ask, and why does it matter to my dairy? Well, let me just explain briefly. Consciousness is a capacity that we all humans have to catch and learn from the reality, the very reality that we're living in the moment, to be attentive and paying attention to our internal world, not just the world that surrounds us, but also our internal world. We have a tremendous capacity. We have a radar on all the time that helps us scan the horizon, scan circumstances, situations that we are in, and it helps us gather information. But this consciousness that I'm talking about is what allows us to adapt to our environment and act in order to get the most out of our potential in life, or to get the most out of a situation. And this very concept applies to everyday business. As people working on these dairies, we're able to think and act beyond just instinctive impulses and conditioning. Certainly sometimes we react based on impulse. Price of milk, price of ingredients can certainly throw us off. But certainly as we evolve our consciousness, we are able to manage ourselves better. And even though we can manage ourselves better, just being autonomous is a possibility, not a gift. So we need to develop it through conscious choices. Let me share with you a quote from author Nathaniel Branden, who in his book, The Art of Living Consciously, shares with us this quote. Living consciously is a state of being mentally active instead of passive. It is the ability to see the world in other ways. It is the intelligence that enjoys its own function. Living consciously is trying to notice everything that is relevant to notice, which is very key in increasing our consciousness. Everything that is relevant for our interests, our actions, our values, our intentions, and our objectives, which certainly drives business. Consciousness is the will to face the facts, not only the good ones, but also the bad ones. It is the desire to uncover our mistakes and to correct them. It is the search oriented toward expanding our knowledge and our understanding, not only of the exterior world, but also of our interior world. So let me give you an example. As an owner or as a manager, you might be working with a supervisor who, let's say, makes a mistake, yells at one of the employees, a very loyal employee. This employee gets upset and decides to leave the business. So you are missing an employee. Not only do you have a vacancy, but you're missing an employee that was loyal to the business, to the company. So what does this have to do with consciousness? Well, what could you gain from going and getting on this supervisor's case and chastising him for the actions that he took? Well, yeah, that might get you so far, but more so, what would you get, or what changes could you find in the level of consciousness of this supervisor if you were able to dissect, to do a postmortem, if you want to call it, on what he did? What if you could ask him questions such as, well, let's review the situation, and why don't you tell me what happened? How did you react? What did you learn from the actions that you took? What would you have done differently next time? And things of that nature, so that the person can gain and acquire a different level of consciousness about their actions and about their decisions. So it's a brief example of this subject of living more consciously. Developing consciousness in yourself and in your team and your organization certainly is going to help improve the bottom line of the dairy, the profitability and the net results. it does it in a sustainable manner. Next time the supervisor decides to take action on a particular employee, it's very likely that he's going to take a different line of action. Developing consciousness requires yourself and dairy employees to make better decisions, to take a different view or a different perspective of the same situations that you might have been living over and over the same way up till now. And the important thing about having a different look and gaining a different perspective and helping you make a different type of decision is that it ends up saving the business money or gaining some efficiency somewhere. So to learn beyond what we know and to come to work wanting to be at work, not just because they get a paycheck, but because they are gaining this consciousness that is allowing them to improve on the processes, on the systems, on the decisions that they make every day. So we hope that this subject is of interest to you, and good luck and my best to you on continuing to develop consciousness in your business.